This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You will hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
This is Surfer Boy B here, and you're listening to EdMoneyLive.com. It's better than being drunk and high at the same time. Not that I would know what that feels like. Well, not that I currently know what that feels like. God, is anyone else drunk and a little bit high?
I'm waiting for you because you normally chime in.
You always cut it out. Hi!
I'll leave it. I'll let it in. Why? Hello, my friends. You're listening Late Night with Ed Money here on the website, which is EdMoneyLive.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. You can reach on a ton of sites. Just go to the main site. Everything's on the right-hand side, except for right now. They're redoing it. It was funny because Wayne sent me a whole thing saying, here's the computer guy. I go, it's not the computer. The site got malware, and he has to rebuild the whole site. Everything's still linking.
What's taking them so damn long?
Come
on, Scott.
I know. Scott the web guy. I know. But anyways, audience members, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends. I know you can reach it any other way except for iHeart and Apple right now. But everything else, Google Podcasts, you name it,
Amazon.
It's on there. Amazon.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's do this.
It's on there. So audience members, thank you for all the things you do. Like, share, subscribe. Remember, tell 2 friends. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
Hi!
You know, farts never get old.
No, they don't.
I mean, they do. They just kind of drift away.
Speaking of farts, introduce...
Oh, yeah, and right next to me is returning guest Jeffrey Street. He's here again from... Are you still with the Shuffle Pod or no?
Yeah, we haven't done a show in a while, but we're still trying.
Like a year or two?
It's been a couple months.
Hi, Jeffrey.
So he's there.
I'm glad you were able to make it tonight.
Yes, and we're going to be leaving you with Nefex. It's the song "This Is Our Calling." So check that out at the end. Thank you for again everybody.
And also check out our sponsors: Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, Muscle Vodka, and all the other people that help us out.
And any place we mention, if we mention a place, please check it out. That helps us out when you go in there and say, "Hey, we heard about you on Late Night with Ed Money."
But listen, you brought up farts, and I don't know if anybody's been following the news, but did anybody see the flight that got diverted because somebody diarrheaed all the way up
I have
the aisle? And I saw a video,
right?
And there was shit.
Really?
I'm like, who shits that much? And who shits so much that they have to turn the plane around and rip out the carpet? That's a lot of shit. And for me, I would be laughing the whole time. That would be the best flight ever.
It's worse.
Watching somebody run up the aisle with shit just oozing it. They look like a cappuccino maker, frothy poop running out of their shorts.
I actually printed. I hit him up on this. Did you hear about this or no?
I did.
Yeah, I hit him up on it. He's like, "What? Find out all you can on this." So I actually researched it. It's this. I'll read the article real quick. So I only printed
Just
out
skip it.
two pages. Yeah, it's passengers on board a diarrhea plane share their ordeal. It was dripping down the aisles and smelled horrible.
That's awesome.
Right. It was a Delta flight too.
Oh, shit.
Going to Barcelona.
The D isn't
Spain.
for Delta anymore.
No. It said their quote unquote is a Delta flight that was forced to turn back after someone could not contain their explosive diarrhea, which the crew ripping out the carpet to contain a biohazard. Because shit, I mean, shit is considered.
But you know what,
biohazard.
dude? That's a lot of shit.
Yes,
Because they had like blankets all down the thing so the people get off. And
further in the
I'm
article,
like, that's amazing.
It talks about how the only thing they could do in the meantime is they were giving passengers blankets because it was somehow it was over on the seats.
Oh.
It was everywhere.
Did said person hike their shorts up and just
Right.
like, was it like when you put your thumb over the end of a garden hose?
I was just
Maybe
gonna
they were
say
they were covering their butt and it was just spraying. It was like how those farmers fertilize their fields with poop. Fucking awesome.
Well, according to the article, the pilot of flight DL-194 had warned air traffic control that there was a biohazard issue with a passenger that had explosive diarrhea all the way through all the way through.
That's awesome.
It was dripping down the aisles and smelled horrible. It was so bad the vanilla scented they used a disinfectant used that it made it smell like vanilla shit.
That's awesome. Dude, that would have made
quote.
My day.
Yes, this is a quote.
And I guess the person that did it had to hide in the bathroom until the whole plane was deboarded.
Well,
but you'd know who he was or she coming off the plane because they'd be the only one with pants full of shit.
Right. Well, this
You know,
is
it's
the
like it'd be
question.
no secret.
Did it happen?
They're the ones with the blanket wrapped around their waist.
The whole thing, they called it a mess, described it as a mess that the
That's an
when they had
understatement.
tried to turn around. But they had passengers where it was smelled so bad were actually violently sick
Oh, yeah.
from this.
First time they ever needed to use all the vomit bags.
Yeah, dude, I mean,
Because you know, like people like the aisle seat. They all just got like shit on their forearms. They got it on their shoes.
well, here it doesn't say anywhere in the article. Did the person like go into the restroom and there was turbulence during it, or
no.
were they in their seat?
I would have to guess that they were like, oh, shit, didn't plan that my
because he said
gallbladder was removed.
he
and-
was right. He said one time that he went to Vegas, and was it at takeoff or that you had to go to the restroom?
Oh, I had to wait until we got to a cruising altitude.
Yeah.
And dude, but I didn't shit my pants or nothing. Not like that. I just had to shit.
Yeah, but you and I feel it coming when we know it's coming.
Oh, this was pre gallbladder
Oh,
surgery.
my.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so I'm like, as soon as we were texting down the runway, it was like gurgle, gurgle. I'm like, oh no, not now.
Did you?
I'm in the chair. Please, no, not now. I don't want to. So, it only takes a couple minutes to get to cruising altitude, maybe 15 minutes. So,
Did you have that weird farting going on?
no, because you don't gamble with a fart.
I was going to say, at that point, you do not fart because it's just going to be wet.
Yeah.
You learned that in your truck.
Yeah, if it's frothy, you fucked up.
Dude, and it's a weird thing that having your gallbladder out like that is that I go now for me, not that we want, this is the subject we're going to roll into, is that for me, when I go, it's like 4 times, like I'll go and then I'll stop, I'll be sitting there and then it's like I have to go again. And then I may get out of the restroom, move around and be like, whew, that was crazy.
No.
Wash my hands and then have to go again. Or does yours, because you said you go several times in a day.
Yeah, I go like 4 times a day, but it's not in one sitting.
Really?
No.
It's not. Is it over an hour's period?
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
What?
So I think I mentioned this before. You guys don't have gallbladders. I have IBS, and it's very
so
similar.
You trump all gallbladder.
Right. So last episode you mentioned that the gallbladder stores the bile.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine just bypasses
That
because
goes right to the anus.
mine's just straight and
Single
that's-
file line all the way out the colon.
and it's not single file. It's a rush.
It's a mad
just
rush.
Everybody at the same
It's
time.
like everybody trying to get off the diarrhea plane.
Oh yeah, it's like he said. Sometimes it's like you sit down and it's like done. You wipe, you get up, you go sit back down at your desk, and you're like, damn it,
Gotta
get
go
up,
again.
go back again.
See?
That's- I don't
like
have that.
seconds.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. It's
Yes.
like you're fine, and then you go back, and as soon as you sit down, it's like
What triggers your IBS? Like
food,
nervous,
breathing, liquids,
being awake.
everything.
Really,
Yeah,
there's nothing
everything.
that, like
I've-
even like
Being
cannabis
awake?
doesn't calm it down.
What's that?
Cannabis doesn't calm it down.
A little bit, yeah,
Yeah,
But
but I
I
was-
can't be stoned at work. That's
No,
really
well, you
frowned
make the
upon.
best elevators ever,
Right.
Wait, what? You are cabinets. That's what you
Cabinets.
design. Yeah.
Yeah, like
This one
check-
looks like Willy Wonka's.
This one's made of chocolate.
Did he tell you I have experimented with?
I think you mentioned that on the last on one of the last episodes.
Yes.
I had a mathematical error though.
Yes, Chuck MD was giving me information on. I got it from a friend.
I
got
didn't
it-
realize it was a 200 milligram candy bar that he got.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, just take a square because there was 20 squares. And I'm like, that's 5 milligrams, but he took 10 for his first time. And that's
Oh.
a lot just to,
It wiped me out.
For a first time, yeah, that's a
yeah.
wipe me.
Now it's a blast.
right.
First time though, you're like, whoa.
And I still.
You're like, this is weird.
Yeah. And you get the best night's sleep of your life.
Dude, that's
You
not
wake
a
up
joke.
16 hours later, like, yeah.
You're like, why is the news on? Did I sleep a whole day?
Have you ever had that?
Yes.
Look at you.
Yep.
Have you ever?
There was one time Becky and I went camping for a weekend and we partied really hard and it rained and we're like, fuck this, we're leaving. So we loaded up our stuff in the morning and we got home and we're like, all right, we'll cook our steaks. We'll take a nap and we'll cook our steaks when we get up.
Right.
We got up the next day, the next day at like noon. And I'm like, holy shit, we slept like 20 hours.
He set the steaks out to thaw. Now they're aged.
Yeah. They were wagyu.
They're all dry and got the white.
They were
film
like jerky. Well,
they were this big when you started. When you
Yeah,
started,
they were
they were
all-
like little things.
yeah.
They're like Ed steaks.
Wait a minute, that's me. No.
You had to soak them in water for an hour.
to rehydrate them.
Dude, that's funny.
All right.
I'm telling you that my body, I'm learning. And I had, for the audience, I got to tell you the story real quick, is I was outside with him just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, right before the show, right before Jeffrey pulled in.
Right before he pulled in. I'm sitting there talking to him, so I'm like, half my tooth fell out.
That's because you don't brush or floss.
I do. But I think it fissured. It cracked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an anal fissure?
Yeah.
Is it okay? So is it the cap, the one you broke before, or
No.
is it just a new one?
Well, it's
Is it like in front of the stinky gum hole?
Fucking Mr.
Yes.
Glass over here has brittle bone syndrome.
That's a great movie.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be out here with a glass cane trying to find his nemesis.
He's got, yep, and it's going to be like Jeffrey bench pressing like buckets of 55-gallon drums in the driveway. If anybody knows the movie we're talking about, you'll get the reference.
It's just crazy. Oh, you know what? I was speaking of old movies. My mom and I were just talking that she likes
Like old 70s porn.
no
Love that bush.
no.
She's like, this was my favorite scene, Ed. I was in it.
She was the bush.
They used me as a body double. The other girl shaved.
Not that she likes. Is it AMC? What is AMC?
MC movie classics.
Is that what it is?
American
Yeah.
movie classics.
Yeah, she loves that channel, and a lot. I'll give her this. A lot of those old movies, the broads are amazingly beautiful.
Yeah.
That's because it was natural beauty. It
Yeah.
wasn't 5 pounds of makeup and
Yes.
shading and everything and 50 fucking products. They came through the door and they looked,
To me, amazing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying the girls nowadays are ugly
Yeah.
at all, so don't
Right.
take
No.
it the wrong way. But these girls were like classic natural beauties.
Yeah.
Natural. That's the word that I was just going to use because these days you see these. All right. So look at. I'll use the.
You're on dating sites.
Absolutely. I'll use the Kardashians as an example.
So.
Right.
Oh, God.
No.
Just because people know what they look like.
Yeah,
It's
speaking
like-
of shit.
Right. So you've got the youngest one who hasn't had all the surgeries yet, still hot. All the other ones, every time you see him, it's one more surgery, and you're like, ooh, God, what?
Yeah, it's
no,
like you went too far.
Right? It's like you should have stayed. Because look at the mom. I think she's had the least, and she's still a good-looking woman.
For what? She's our age, right?
Yeah, she's our age or better, and it's
Yeah.
like, but these
They look horrible.
A lot of actresses get way too much work
because
done,
they
and
try
you're
to
like,
stay relevant.
right?
And
But
you know, there's a lot of pressure on the women in the movies and fashion and whatnot to
Absolutely.
try to stay young looking.
Well, I get it. Because here,
Yeah.
But I mean, like you'll see Jamie Lee Curtis now. She hasn't had shit done, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
okay,
Hell yeah.
Jamie, all right,
Well,
bring it.
How about Jennifer Aniston? She's never had anything
Oh,
done. She's
she's-
still gorgeous. But
I
you know
love
what?
Jennifer
think so?
Aniston. I think she's
She
gorgeous.
takes care of her skin. She eats right. She does all that shit. Like, and I'm not saying the other ones
and apparently
don't,
she likes
but
to walk around naked, from what I've read.
I'd
What?
like to be a fly on that wall.
Fuck that. I'd just
See-
rather be the dude.
I never, a lot of those women you think, what first of all did it for me was, who was the one that gave them all gonorrhea? It was a baseball player. He gave it to like,
not Dieter. He gave them all departing baskets the next morning.
yeah,
Jared
Was it Jeter?
Dieter?
or Jeter?
Jeter.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
He
remember.
gave it to Jennifer Aniston, J Lo. There was Jessica Alba. They all dated the same baseball player and all got gonorrhea from him in some
Oh, nice.
some form.
Nice.
So that always sticks in my head that all
and your
these
craw.
and it sticks in my craw is that all these beautiful girls. Now, okay, Jessica Alba, beautiful Hispanic, but
Isn't she married to Justin Timberlake?
no, she's single. That's Jessica Biel,
Oh,
Jessica
I was
Biel.
close.
who is amazingly
Now,
looking
is she
too.
related to Ally McBeal?
No, no, maybe.
I'm just asking. I'm just spitballing
For a
here.
friend named
Yeah.
Byron. Just asking for a friend. No, it's just that the women. I was looking at and she'll watch ones with Audrey Hepburn. When Audrey
God,
Hepburn,
yeah.
she was beautiful.
Yep.
You know, even what was the
White.
Isabella Rossellini?
Yeah, I
when
was
she
gonna
was,
say, we talked about this a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Betty
They
White,
were
yeah.
beautiful, and
yeah.
she was just watching one, and she had Lena Horne was on there, and I was like, "Oh my God, these women are just beautiful." And she goes, "Yeah, you'll never see movies like this made again.
No.
That
no.
they'll never make classic, beautiful movies like with ornate sets."
Caddyshack.
Well, yeah,
Animal House.
Right.
Fletch.
Here's
Right.
Fletch lives.
Fletch.
Love
I know
Fletch
this is-
lives.
I love
Return,
Fletch.
or Return of Flat. Wasn't there was a third one?
I like
Wasn't
it.
it
Yeah,
first
but that
one?
was with it just happened.
Right.
Not was it Ed Helms?
I don't remember, but Chevy Chase made a cameo, right?
Yeah.
I recall. Yeah.
See, that's the thing is movies like that. First of all, they're too sensitive. People are too sensitive to make movies like that. It's Blazing Saddles,
Oh, God,
History
yeah.
of the World Part 1. Even though they just
Blazing
came out with
Saddles.
History of the World 2, it's not the same. Do you know what? I was
History of the World. They did come out with History of the
Yeah,
World.
it
too.
was like a 4-part thing.
Gotta
Yes.
see it.
yes.
Yeah.
and
I read the books.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
read the graphic novels that he wrote them
Oh, no
about.
shit. I didn't know that they had that.
There's graphic
knew
novels.
that.
There was book 1 and book 2, and they did book 1.
yeah. History of Part 1.
But
Yeah.
of course, in his own style.
Mel Brooks style. See, that's the thing. You'll never.
Baseballs.
It's an amazing movie.
We
A
ain't
great movie.
found shit.
Ludicrous speed. When he's like ludicrous
Yeah.
speed, and he had all the plays and puns. Now, some of them.
The thing is, though, they don't have ideas anymore.
No.
They rehash old shit and try to make it sound original.
Right.
Like Freaky Friday. Remember that was where the parent,
was
mother
the
and daughter
first-
switch bodies.
What was
and then
the
there
first
was like
Freaky Friday? Was that
Freaky Friday.
Yeah, it was called
but
Freaky
who was
Friday.
in the first one? Was that the not Tanner? What was the girl's Jodie Foster? Not
yes, Jodie Foster.
Was it Jodie Foster? Yeah,
I think so. And then they like had all these different movies that were the exact same plot,
Yep.
but with different actors and a different title. And they're like, oh, it's so original and groundbreaking.
no. It was terrible. And I
So it pisses me off when I see them try to remake a movie, and I'm like, please do not try to remake Caddyshack or Porky's or any of those.
well,
Right.
here's another thing. I'm going through.
Menopause.
Yes, probably why my
That's
teeth
why
are
you're
falling in.
Yeah, they're so brittle, Mr. Glass. That's so great you called him Mr. Glass.
Is I'm going through my whole DVD collection, just kind of going through them, just rewatching some of the movies, and that some of the like I just hit the D, so the date
I
movie.
bet you did.
Yeah,
He hit it real hard.
yeah. He hit those D's so fucking hard.
Remember
he
the-
made them D's as bitch.
And some of them, they tried to follow the pattern of Airplane or of
Right, they tried to
Naked Gun.
Right,
Yeah.
those were awesome too.
that they used puns, but they weren't overdone. There was still hidden stuff in the background,
Right.
that made it funny because you're not supposed to really pay attention to the foreground. The background will make it.
There's actually a scene in the movie 16 Candles, which I love John Hughes movies.
Love the
Oh, yeah.
most,
But there's a scene in 16 Candles where
Molly Ringwald.
No, what's the main guy's name? Jake Ryan
Yeah.
was talking to another senior in school, and they were in the gym doing pull-ups. And in the background, if you watch, there's
Was
this
it
guy.
Josh Brolin or something?
I can't remember, but in the background, there's this guy. He's got to be like 6'5", 300 pounds, and he's squaring up with this little 135
Oh, yeah.
pound kid wrestling.
That's like-
he like literally picks this kid up
spins
and like,
him around.
Yeah, and if you're not paying attention, you miss the whole thing. And I'm like, that is great. I love shit like
Yes.
that where you
Yes.
find it. Yeah.
In the background. Do you know who did another movie that I even put on my timeline of Twitter? Better Off Dead.
Love
Better
that
Off
movie.
Dead.
Same.
Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer. Those are good movies too.
Those are in my top 10. Better Off Dead, Caddyshack.
Love Caddyshack is my all-time. Comedy.
The original Ghostbusters.
Love Ghostbusters.
Simple things like in the very beginning of the movie with Dan Aykroyd when they were in the library scene where they're going through the library and Dan Aykroyd goes, "Shh, do you smell that?" You know, that's funny. The whole play on stuff. None of that will be reproduced, or they try and do it and it doesn't. It
doesn't. Yeah, you can't.
comes off campy.
It's like when people practice, like we do off the cuff stuff here.
Yeah.
And if you came in with like some rehearsed stuff and you're not a pro, you know, I'm not saying I'm pro. I'm just saying we do off the cuff stuff, so I couldn't rehash a joke. I
Right.
just can't do it.
Right.
Like comedians that perform on stage,
Do
they
the
can
same
do a
joke
same
over-
set and like nail it.
Right.
Me, I couldn't do that. But you can tell when like we have people on and
they rehearse
they
it.
rehearse a joke and you're like, here it comes. And all right, moving on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they lock and load it.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going through some of the movies and I saw what's the one with David Cross?
Scary Movie 2.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Where he's in the wheelchair.
Yes.
And he has
Take my little hand, child. No. Give me your other one. Don't be silly. That's my weak hand. I love.
Want some
Chris
mashed
Elliott.
potatoes?
Got my germs.
That's Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott is genius.
Right.
He is, so him and Brian Posehn are very underrated.
Yes.
That's the thing. That whole and I'm a big fan of David Cross.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious because he reminds me of a better version of Will Ferrell. And I'm not that I'm not. This isn't
Adam's fighting words.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not that Will Ferrell isn't funny. It's David Cross will say something that's completely either true or not over exaggerated, but it comes across funny. They said that's how Seth Rogen, his humor is he'll say something, but he's so goofy looking, it sounds funny.
Yeah.
the
I
way
love
he
Seth
says
Rogen
I
too.
do
He
too.
makes me laugh.
He
I'm
does.
not a huge Seth Rogen fan. It's his laugh that drives me.
Yeah, but it makes me laugh.
So the thing I like the best about Will Ferrell is he would go out of his way to make everybody on SNL break character.
Exactly.
And he
I'll give you
always
that.
did.
I'll give you that.
Like every time you could just see any one of the other actors, they're just like cover their face,
See, okay.
smirking in the
You
corner.
know who else used to make me laugh really hard? Horatio Sands.
Yes.
And
Horatio Sands.
I'm not sure what happened to him on Saturday Night Live,
I don't know.
but he just kind of disappeared.
he was the
He was like heavy set.
he was the heavier guy that always
Looked
did
Asian or Mexican.
kind of look Latino. He kind of looked Latino, and he always did the
Drunk Uncle.
musical.
Was he in
skits
the
with,
skit
Jimmy Fallon.
with Jimmy Fallon where they were doing the cork suckers? He was.
I can't remember if he was in
I
that
don't
one. He
think
was
it
in the one with the leather shop where every time they walked they creaked, and they would whip him, and he'd be like, "Aye, aye."
yes. What happened?
No idea.
What
Yeah.
He just disappeared.
Since this, I know this is again. This
And
is
I listened to
for
a
the audience.
podcast with Dana Carvey and David Spade
On
from
the
Fly on the Wall. And they bring like Saturday Night Live alum or actually present characters or cast members or people that are just associated with the show on, and he hasn't been on yet.
Here's the
How about
question.
Chris Farley?
What-
Oh,
Yeah, right.
too soon. Sorry.
That was harsh.
Is the I'm gonna
Everybody says a lot of good stuff about Chris.
Oh yeah,
Farley,
he
though.
was apparently an amazing person.
Yeah.
right. I don't want to go to the political end,
Yeah.
but do you think getting woke, trying to always be politically correct, ruined the comedy end of SNL?
No, because they
They still do a lot of.
they still, yeah, when they do their political stuff, it's political, but the other stuff is not.
Yeah.
They still do the other stuff.
Then what is it? Is it the quality of the comedians? Remember when Norm
No.
Macdonald would do the news, and for some reason it was dead on, funny as anything. The way Norm Macdonald, his delivery, the whole 9
When was
yards.
the last time you really watched it though?
It's been a long
See,
time because
give it
it's
a
horrible.
chance.
Because it's horrible.
No, it's
No,
really not.
They had a rough spot where
Yeah,
they didn't,
about 5-6 years. Well, it's a little longer than that. They had
Yeah.
a rough spot where the new people were like
they
a
were
bunch of them.
transitioning in.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, all the old ones were like gone. So they
Right.
were like, it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
but everybody finds their character on
Yeah,
there.
they're doing a lot better now. Even like the people that were coming on at that time are just
Yeah,
top tier now, as opposed to kind of finding their feet and learning the trade. So they're getting a lot better. Their writers, I think, are better now too, because they had a spot there where the writers didn't seem to be as on point, like you said,
Right.
like trying to avoid the quote woke, whatever
Yeah, but
politically
going
correct.
head on the stuff is funny to me.
Right.
That's what
But-
comedy is. When you
But it's
go head
always-
on.
they've always been a politically incorrect show. So
yeah. So
Like,
they
who I
make
love-
fun of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay,
They don't give a
a
shit.
great skit that was on there, and I think it was probably because of him. I don't know the inside of how the rating was. Do you know who Bill Hader is?
Love Bill
Yeah.
Hader. Stefan? Dude, when he does his Stefan character, I laugh so stinking hard.
Yes.
And he always talks about like
Yes.
midgets and stuff. So or
Yes.
little
Right,
people.
little people.
Yes.
And so yeah,
Bill Hader did that, and they were from California.
oh, the Californians. I took the 215 or whatever because they always talk in highway.
Right. Now that's funny to me.
Yeah.
And I think it all was because of him. He was like, to me, he's the Eddie Murphy.
Well, and then, don't forget there was all the female cast members that were heavy hitters, and they were awesome.
yeah,
Like Kristen Wiig. Do you think
Kristen Wiig made me
was
laugh.
funny?
And who's the
The blonde that was also in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't remember their
I can't
names.
either. Kristen Wiig and
And then there was the
Catherine something.
no.
Zeta Jones.
Catherine Zeta, she was not. And then there was Amy Poehler and
Amy-
Tina
yeah.
Fey,
Yes,
and that whole thing, and then they were funny. The women had a lot of really good skits. And who's the one that did Debbie Downer?
I know. who
Rachel
you're talking-
Dresch.
Yes.
And man, she makes me laugh so hard. And who's the one that had kind of the cross eye?
Cross-eye.
Yeah, she'd do like the old Italian woman on the front porch. It's my ball now. She did the Team Spirit taco burrito. What's hanging out of your speedo?
Not Tina Fey. God, I know.
Can you, speaking of Tina Fey, what happened to her face? Did she get hit by a whip or something?
She was bit by a dog when she was little.
Is that what
Is
it
that
was?
what it is?
I never.
Yeah.
She has like a gash.
She's got a scar,
The Harrison
yeah.
Ford whip thing on her face.
She's still hot though.
Yeah,
so-
she is hot.
so,
She's very-
and she's funny, and she's a really good writer. Like
Right.
Was she?
Yeah, she
wrote
was
a
one of the
lot of-
writers.
Was
Yeah.
she on 30 Rock? Who was the one?
Yeah.
that-
She wrote
was
for 30 Rock.
30
Yeah.
Rock. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Which I did not think he's funny.
Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
I think he's funny.
You do?
I think he's a better skit comedy guy than he is a actor. No
Yes.
offense.
Really?
I would agree with that. And I'm not so much it's his that he's funny, but he's got really good writers, but he's great at delivering it.
Yeah, like when he did Canteen Boy.
Yeah.
It was classic.
Like,
I don't remember the Canteen Boy.
He was a Cub Scout master.
Okay.
Hey, Canteen Boy, why don't you come over here? Yeah, no, I'm done. Yeah, Adam Sandler is awesome. I love all those guys. David Spade, they all make me laugh.
That
I
was
would
a-
love to hang out with David Spade once. I think he'd be fun to hang out with.
Really?
Yeah.
Who? Now he was Garth on. Or
That's Dana Carvey.
Dana
okay,
Carvey.
that's why I always confuse the two. Who was it?
David Spade was in like all the grown-up movies.
Was he
in,
the church lady?
he was Joe Dirt.
That's Dana Carvey again. Joe Dirt was David Spade.
He's in all the grown-up shows
Yeah.
with them. He's in every one of their movies. Not always a big role, but he's always in the movies with
I was,
Adam
yeah,
Sandler.
I get him.
Sandler.
I get
Yeah,
those.
I think
two
Adam
confused.
Sandler started Gilmore Studios just so he could
Happy
make
Madison.
movies. Happy Madison, just so he could make movies with his friends.
And you know what? They
That's
all
it.
work.
Yeah.
They all work. One
They
of Happy Madison's best movies, in my opinion, is
Happy
Grandma's Boy.
Madison.
Grandma's Boy.
Happy Madison is a production,
production
company.
company.
Grandma's Boy is
Great
probably one of the
movie.
best movies he's done.
Great movie.
It's funny.
That had Shirley Jones from the
Partridge Family. And the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
And that other lady. Thank you, Mr. President. And it had the hot chick.
The hot chick?
The one that was singing. She came in to be the boss, and everybody was like swooning over her.
I don't remember who that was off the top of my head.
Amanda, I think her name was.
Amanda Bynes?
No, her character in the movie.
Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Can you explain this too? Since I just said Amanda Bynes,
Yeah.
what happens to these people?
Okay, so Amanda Bynes basically went nuts.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, she lost her shit, and they just
Tell me
blacklisted her or something.
She was hot when she was younger.
Oh, she's still
absolutely.
hot, but so I don't know what happened, but she was in a bunch of movies, and
Yes.
then I'm not
And then with
100%
Elvis.
where it happened, but like one of these movies, she just lost her shit, and they were like,
Lost her
"Whew, we're
shit.
done. Like we're out."
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
go."
then she got like the heart tattoo on her
Oh, yeah.
face.
Yeah.
and
Same
it's
thing.
not even a good tattoo.
No.
Yeah, I think the last movie she was in that I know of was Robots with.
Amanda Bynes?
It was the animated movie. She did one of the characters.
Oh,
She
okay.
voiced one. That was with what's his name?
I know what you're talking about.
Ewan McGregor.
Yes, yes, Ewan McGregor. I think it was Ewan McGregor.
Was
Yeah,
it?
he was
Yeah.
one of the
He was one of
characters
the
in
but-
Robots. Yeah.
Great animated movie.
Yeah.
Funny,
Yeah.
but after that, I heard you didn't hear.
And Mel
anything.
Brooks was one of the main
He
characters.
was one
in
of the
it.
main characters.
Yeah, he was.
I think he was the evil robot guy.
Because I don't understand. These girls are amazingly beautiful.
Yeah.
There's only very few of them that don't go ape shit crazy for some reason.
Well, look at-
They're all childhood actors. They don't
Yeah.
even get to like actually live. I don't want to say a normal life because
Right.
that's normal for them.
Right.
But a regular person life who's not rich. And,
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Or do you think it's
I don't know.
always being in front of the camera and always being
Well,
critiqued?
I'm sure there's so much pressure that it cracks them.
Well, look at Macaulay Culkin. He was the same way. Like he just disappeared at one day. I mean, we all know where he's at now. He had a big time where he was very into drugs.
Did he? Was he really?
Oh, I saw him at
No,
one
really?
point. Yeah, there was
he
a
gets
point where I saw him. He
super
was just
skinny.
gaunt,
Yes.
disheveled,
Yeah, he had
in a
that weird-
wheelchair,
Yes.
a scraggly beard. Couldn't even grow full
Well, now
facial
he's
hair.
like great and has a child.
Yeah, now he looks
and
great.
He's doing
I
really well.
saw him
Yeah.
recently. He looks good. He's doing
But
good.
I couldn't imagine all the pressure of trying to stay relevant.
Right.
You know, and
Especially at that
and
age.
you fight for your next job. It's not like
Right.
we go to work and that's
Right,
what
right,
we do. They have to
right.
like after their one job's done,
Right.
they have to get another job or they
Right.
don't get paid.
Well, I think the biggest thing, and this is just, my 2 cents, is a lot of these child actors probably could have retired after their second movie, but
Right,
their
right,
parents forced them into doing it because their parents had 90% of their money.
And spent it.
And then
Yeah.
when they got to the point where they were, free and clear of their parents, they had no money because their parents took it all.
Yeah, that
And they
happens
just-
to a lot of childhood
Then
actors.
they just go off their rockers and are like, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because look what happened to Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
She
Same
went
thing.
Ooh,
Free Britney.
right.
I don't know
Dude,
what happened
She
to
went.
Britney.
She went Elvis.
She's posting these videos of herself like doing these dances
Yes.
that she did in her videos.
yes.
And it worked in the videos 20 years ago, but now it's just
Yes.
kind of weird.
Well, she's a mom of 2 or 3. Not that
Oh,
this could have been. She still
she's
looks
a pretty
good.
girl,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not that she doesn't look good, but it's like, yeah, you did it again and again. and
Right.
again.
Just
Right.
take a breather. Just take a
Right.
step back and take a breather. That's,
Is it? Do you think what it is they don't want to give up the limelight? In other words, they've made their money, but they still like being in front of the camera.
maybe people get addicted to that? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because
I don't know.
Yeah. You look over, he's like,
yeah, no, because here's the thing that we only get. In all honesty, we only start doing the cameras because of COVID, because that was the
Yeah.
only way we could.
That's the only way we could do it,
Yeah,
yeah.
the only way to do it. So then, but then it kind of caught on, and it's the way from there. But
I caught on to all 10 of you guys.
no, but I like this. A lot of people comment. In other words, and always forget audience members, like, share, subscribe, because it really helps out the metrics. And I know personally,
We know people too.
that have watched the show and have said, yeah, I forgot to like and share and subscribe. I'm like, God damn it, that helps us out. But I started thinking it's because there's not that I'm a stalkery type.
You are.
But
You are, dude, you are like a social media stalker.
Have you heard this show?
Yeah, it's like, if you took a step back and listened.
It's that, okay, you and I have watched, there's 2 young, one you're a fan
I
of.
love Dancing Bacon.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay,
we'll
well,
get to the
just saying.
second. I liked, and I think she's beautiful. I've been just watching her. She was on Hot Ones because I watched that.
I love that show, Hot Ones.
You watch that too?
I love that. You never watched it?
Never heard of it.
It's where a guy gets
Yes.
a dozen wings or 10 wings,
Oh,
and
it's
he
an eating
interviews
show?
somebody.
Yeah.
Huh?
Said, yeah, I'm not into food shows.
Well, he
Right,
interviews them while
right.
eating progressively hotter wings.
Right.
And it's a really good show because he doesn't do like your typical, how did you get into acting? He's
Right,
like, hey,
right.
man, I noticed that you like really like this. What
Right.
got you into that?
Right.
You know, or
And the whole time they're eating wings that are getting hotter and hotter and
like
hotter.
to the point where they're like 1 million Scoville.
Yeah. Insane
Yeah.
hot wings. Yeah.
It's
So
like,
insane.
like
So it's way more intense than Between Two Ferns.
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to give a Hot Ones a watch. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. And
Because
he,
watching these people, like some people go on there and they think they're the shit. They're like, I can do this, no problem. I've
Yep.
been eating spicy food my whole life.
Yep.
And then halfway through, they're like, I need milk. I need ice cream. I need fucking sandpaper. Give me some ice cubes for my asshole. One of my favorite ones was with Gordon Ramsay. He's been on there twice.
right. Oh, has he? Yeah.
And the first time he went on there and he's like, I'm gonna shit myself. These things are so hot, you know. And he's eating donuts because apparently the sugar is supposed to curb it. But that's a really good show on YouTube.
well, he had on there Jenna Ortega, which
Oh yeah.
I
She's
think.
so damn cute.
Tell me, right. And I thought it was just me. I looked.
No,
at,
she's adorable.
She is.
She's legal now. It's okay
well,
for us
I
to
think
say she's cute.
She's
all right?
20, so it's okay. What is? Look at the look. She's 20.
And
And
she
you're 55, creepy.
and she was a great Wednesday.
She did
was
an amazing Wednesday.
Great
She
job.
did. You know
Right.
what though? And I will never take anything away from Christina Ricci
No,
for
God,
her
no.
her interpretation of Wednesday,
right.
or the original Wednesday.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she pulled it off really well. She made it her own.
well, here's the thing.
She's still hot too.
she was
The
she
original Wednesday.
I don't know about her.
Oh,
Christina Ricci.
Ricci. Oh God, yeah.
this goes back to our original thing. All these people were Disney stars, right?
Yeah.
And Jenna Ortega. Now, there's this big controversy. Who I think she's
Was
cute.
Christina Ricci a Disney star? No,
I don't know.
No.
No. I'm talking about the.
Amanda Burns.
yeah, Amanda Bynes, yeah, all of them.
Bynes,
Yeah, Miley Cyrus,
Miley-
yeah.
all of them. Britney Spears, she was a Disney
Yeah.
person.
Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake.
yeah. Who does
Christina
Jeannie
Aguilera.
I couldn't think of the
She's
name.
still
Thank
hot
you.
too.
She is still
You
hot.
think so?
Plus, she can really sing.
I'll
Yeah,
agree with
she's
that.
amazing.
I agree. Ariana Grande or
Ariana Grande.
Ariana.
Ari-
Ariola Grande's.
Areola, big old.
Ariola Grande's.
Ariola
She's got
Grande.
giant areolas.
It's
Giant.
so-
They're the
Baloney.
size of my pop guard.
It's just,
Baloney Barb.
it's just the whole
It's
boob.
just- they look like giant birthmarks. They're giant.
The whole boob is the same.
Just an
color.
areola.
It's one.
Her
big-
whole boob lactates.
Is
It looks like those rainforest
shower heads.
shower heads.
Kids just drowning.
is it wrong that I think that's disgusting? That I'm not a
I
big. I'm not a big areola
Sexy
guy.
and disgusting at the same time. I don't
I'm
know.
not a
And
big areola.
I'm gonna be
guy.
honest with you. You'll probably take what you could get right now
No.
because you were like Burning Man before the flood. You are dry. Your sex life is dry right now. Outside of the wet dry back of the car wash in your hand. Oh, and your mom.
Oh, it's true. I laugh because it's true. Well, hey, while you're in there, on the top shelf is 3 cans. If you want to grab 3 cans on the top right, there's something I wanted us to try. You're here, so you can try it. If you don't, if you want
Awesome. Is it alcoholic?
No,
Oh, then why the fuck would I drink
do
it?
you have a cup you could just pour some in? I
Oh.
have to go to bed after if it's an energy drink.
I don't know what it is, but I'll put it in a glass. I'll
It's
put it in a glass.
right on the can.
I was say you can pour one of these. I don't think we need 3.
Hold on, Ed's going to do something. Did he pause it? No. Oh, you crazy sumbitch.
It's all right. We'll keep talking. It's
Yeah.
coconut.
Oh, I went in there
lime.
for a candy bar.
coconut. He forgot to get what he went in
Oh
there
yeah,
for.
get the candy. It's on the
Nice
bottom.
work, old man.
The candy's on the bottom. Here you go. Yeah, this is. I got it for
Here, just
us to
split
try.
one. We'll try it.
Because I know that people have said they like that when we try.
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Food products.
I'm gonna probably need a Hershey bar to wash it down, though.
ahead. There you
Would you like a Hershey bar?
No, I got a beer.
Yeah, well, beer and chocolate go together, like friendships and M&Ms.
Oh, I have had
What
some really good.
What this
beer,
is, I'll
chocolate beers.
get a photo for the site. I'll put it on there as we're doing it. It's right there.
Yeah, they can almost see everything. There it is.
There. It's called Numa. It's immunity and it's also anti-inflammatory.
Oh, I can feel my joints loosening up just by looking at it.
I could use some of that. He does roll pretty tight joints.
They don't burn right.
You can do the Rodney Dangerfield thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
It's just I don't know what it tastes like. So this is total.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like coconut milk. I don't know what the hell that is.
It says
No, it smells
coconut
like
lime.
a cleaning product.
It does.
It smells like, it smells like that, like Pine Sol mixed with lemon.
This I just wanted for us to try too.
What is it called?
It's called Numa Recovery Soda.
It is.
Immunity. It has immunity and anti-inflammatory.
It is effervescent.
It is effervescent. Here, let me.
And no offense to the Numa people, but I'll let you know if I don't like it or not.
Cheers.
There is a weird coconutty, limey. It's two different flavors that literally hit me separate. I tasted the coconut.
It tastes like it should have booze in it. It really does.
It tastes like
It tastes almost like it wants to be a pina colada, but at the same time, it wants to be a margarita. Maybe it's
Yeah.
got a weird
So we should put rum and
rum
tequila in. Just to make sure it's.
and just start swinging on each other.
Fuck you, man! Fuck you! Christina Aguilera has not boobs.
Dude, I'm telling you, when I was with girls and they would hit, first of all, I didn't like big boobs. And then I'd see that big giant.
But because you have all kinds of games, so you can be picky.
When I saw that giant
This I'm
areola,
not digging it.
it's all right. The final ingredient you'll love is in a soda. It says it is tart cherry, lemon juice, ginger, turmeric, which is good for you. That's an anti-cancer.
Well, so is ginger.
Black pepper's in this for some
That's
reason.
good for anti-inflammatory.
Is
Peppers. Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I like pepper. I like is hot sauce then, because that's peppers.
I don't know, like pepper sauce or
Yeah.
I'm sure
I didn't know that. And vitamin C, zinc. Zinc
that's
is
good for
you.
colds.
Yeah, and it says functional adaptogens, whatever that.
Adaptogens.
You know,
You know, they make things adapt.
and they're gens.
And they're gens.
They're Gen Z
Z.
adapters. Yeah, it's no big deal.
That's because the younger crowd, they can't metabolize this, so they got to put the Gen Z adapters in.
They put the Gen in Gen Z.
I didn't make it. It says sweat plus do good is on. That's what it says. Look at the look of it.
So if I was going to make some pulled pork tacos with a lime crema, I would
And marinate your
I would
meat.
put the meat in this and then slow cook it before I smoked it on the grill.
some creme
I have
fraiche.
done chicken in the crock pot in 7-Up.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
So
Stop it.
I use different flavored seltzers for
The salsa.
half of the things I do.
No, you do not.
I do. Oh, yeah.
You've never had 7-Up chicken?
Stop. Wait a minute. No.
Yeah, it's just like Parmesan cheese, 7-Up, and chicken.
Here's
in the crock
my-
pot, and it's amazing.
Here's my
tastes like chicken noodle soup chicken.
Here's my problem when it comes growing. Okay, we're both dumb dagos, right? You're Italian, I'm Italian.
I'm Italian, German.
Right. We got to mix. I'm Hungarian too. My dad, again, they were from
Right,
Hungary.
so we're all Dago mix. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
European, how's that?
European. You're right. Yeah.
Oh, this
yes.
stuff's nasty.
Really, I'm kind of digging on it. So I'll see if.
Anyhow.
But so
I can't get past the smell is what it is, because it reminds me of a bathroom, public bathroom.
why do you think it reminds you of?
Because it smells like the toilet mints or something.
Right.
I think that's what it is. The
That
toilet
weird
mint.
lime mint.
Yeah.
Like mojito.
That's like pee on this. No way. I'm
Hey,
gonna splash
just-
it back on me.
Just to let you know, people at Numa, when I sent you the letter saying we're going to try it on a show, he didn't mean it smells like a public bathroom.
It's just you guys like it. It's just not for me.
Right. No, and it's fair enough. I would give it. I need to give it a little bit. That's why I'm gonna have a couple cans. Maybe I'll after the
Yeah, I'm not a
15th
fan.
can.
Sorry, Numa. I'm just not a fan.
And it's okay. It's okay not to like something. It is. Growing up, anyways, that we had. You just said the key word is Parmesan cheese. For me, we were poor. My idea of this is why I can't
Kraft
stand,
in the
Yes!
shaker.
This is why I can't stand. Growing up, my mom's idea of putting fresh Parmesan cheese was she just bought the tube.
Yeah, as sawdust. They say there's sawdust in that.
Stop it! Are you serious?
Look it up right now.
My mom was feeding us sawdust.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. Did anybody else hear this, or am I imagining this?
No, I heard it too.
What's that?
When I use Parmesan, I do the same thing, but I mix it with mozzarella to get the cheesiness. Otherwise, it's just sawdust.
Because this is why when people tell me, have what do you get with like veal parmesan? I'm like, because all I can think about is that armpit smell,
Right,
or foot,
right. The foot smell.
'cause
'cause it's like,
yes.
that's weird.
Now
It's like, Ed, put your shoes back on. We're trying to eat.
is the parmesan growing up that Kraft in the literally? I think it was a cardboard tube.
Yeah, it used to be in a cardboard
And
too.
my mom would keep it in the fridge, and she was like, "It's powdered. It'll last forever,"
And
which
you-
isn't true.
And
at all.
no, it's not. And you can either you just can't see the mold. It's different. And you could either get, what is it? Not borax.
See the-
What's the Clorox or whatever? Comet. You can either get Comet or the cheese, and they both did the same thing. You just sprinkle some on your food, put some in the sink, clean it up real nice.
It's gritty enough.
It's all the same.
And that was
Okay.
the thing. My dad, right? Go ahead.
Okay, here it is. Kraft was sued by a customer over the claims that its grated Parmesan cheese contains cellulose, which is commonly used as an anti-clumping agent in many powdered products. Cellulose is also known as wood pulp or sawdust. According to reports, some Kraft Parmesan cheese Kraft Parmesan cheese products contain up to 3.8% cellulose, which means that there could be as much as 4% sawdust in the product.
You do know this will probably be the promo clip that I will be talking about this. Because here's the thing.
Well, I've been eating sawdust for years.
right. Yes.
So-
And it wasn't until recently.
Now, mind you, that was just off the internet, so how true it is, who knows?
Right. It wasn't until recently that I went out and bought
Earthobait.
what,
Remember when
Erythrobates. That's the
Earthworms.
Yeah, earthworms.
No.
at McDonald's Burgers, I think it was.
Wendy's.
Was it Wendy's?
It was Wendy's.
Oh, that sucks.
It wasn't true, but they were
Wendy's.
no,
Okay.
it wasn't
okay.
true,
Right.
but somebody claimed it was.
Right. If you want another beer, go.
Oh, I will. Don't
grab
worry.
it.
I know where they're at. No, I'm good for now. I got about a third.
But here's
Give
the
me 2 to
thing.
3 minutes.
Here's the thing that when my mom would give us this growing up, and I couldn't stand it, and all my brothers would just do it because they would because my mom, my dad had a garden outside the backyard, and it was enormous. It was just, I hated it.
How do you like it now that you have to mow where it used to be? I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing. He and I were talking about going back to making just a pot, and grow
Right.
just a vegetable, one plant. You know,
like growing in 5-gallon buckets.
Right. Yeah.
right. That way I can manage it, and I can
Move it, and you don't got to weed it, and the whole 9 yards.
And if weeding would be like, I'm done. You know what I mean? And
so I did that this year, and I
Okay.
have like 6 pots in the backyard.
Right.
4 of them are amaranth. I didn't plant amaranth.
What is
Amaranth is a ancient herb, or not herb, like it's like a
You have a 2,000-year-old herb growing in your
it's-
backyard.
it must have been in one of the
You're
seed mixes and just grew faster than everything
is
else.
it edible?
Oh
What
yeah,
is it?
They used to make bread and stuff like that out of it.
Is it a yeast? What is
No,
it? What is
it's like it's a
amaranth?
grain. It's
Oh,
probably a
okay.
grain. It's something that's grows on a little stalk like wheat, and you take the little seeds off and you
Oh, fuck that. That's too much
yeah.
work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, why is this in here? I didn't plant this. I got
Yeah.
1 cucumber,
Ooh.
1, and the deer ate the rest.
Oh, good.
So
See, first of all, don't you put? Well, yeah, you got to put it in the. Don't you start it in the grow it in the house?
I did, but I had them on the back porch because it rains out there and it gets sun. But
Okay, yeah,
and all this, and plus these little fucking gnats everywhere.
right,
They get in the soil and they come in the house, and then you got billions of them.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you put them. I bring
Just
them
look
in.
around.
I bring them in the winter and try to keep traps by them. But last
Right.
year, I had to take them out last year because I had so many. I was like, nope.
Those
Right,
little natty bugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're everywhere.
See, my mom would grow. We would because we had this garden.
Yeah.
There were 10 kids. So the
Right.
only way they could save money, they could. And
Real tomato ketchup?
Condoms.
That's just for the cucumbers.
That would have saved a lot of money. I'm just
did she
saying.
grow condoms?
No,
Or
I'm just saying,
We
to
had a
save
condom
money.
plant. No, we had
Condom plant, a rubber tree.
A rubber tree, right.
that she grew, and we would get tons of tomatoes.
Oh, God,
So
yeah.
my mom would make her own spaghetti sauce. Tomato sauce.
Yep. Can it?
It can't, right, and it was so that's what down here is part of. This was the canning kitchen. Every household, Italian household, had like a canning kitchen in their basement for the most part.
No, they just had stoves in the basement because they didn't have AC and they didn't want to heat up the house when they were cooking like pots of sauce and
Correct.
whatnot.
Okay, well, we did it as canning down here, and my mom would make this insanely watery spaghetti. You're right. The looks in here, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Have you ever seen people that they use like real tomato sauce and it just runs across the plate?
Well, you know, old school pasta sauce is thinner.
It's terrible.
I like it.
Do you?
But it's got to be made right. I mean, you don't just throw ground up tomatoes in a jar and call it sauce.
Yeah,
You got to boil it down,
Right.
add water, boil it down.
No, none of that happened. It was more or less pureed with some vegetables.
So she made salsa and called it pasta sauce.
threw it in jars and put it on the shelf for a year.
Voila.
Ed probably still has some.
There is no doubt in my mind he's got an ancient jar
No.
he's saving for a special occasion. Tonight's the night. I'm going to have a chick over. I'm going to make spaghetti. I'm going to get some.
It'll be in her casket. She'll have a jar.
Yeah, like sometimes the people are holding rosaries. She's got a jar of her pasta sauce.
right. So she would make this homemade spaghetti sauce that was just water. You know, that's why I'm a huge guy. When I make my sauce, I'll buy. You know, I'll buy either Prego or Ragu, the basic.
At least get Murray Hill. That's good sauce.
The Murray Hill one, you think so?
Oh, God,
You
yeah.
think
The
that's
Murray
best
Hill
one?
spicy is really good.
See, I don't. When I'm making for her, I usually do my own kind of separate.
We put pepper seeds in our pasta sauce to make it spicier. It's a southern thing.
The red pepper seeds,
Yeah.
the red pepper flake.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
See, I love. in
Let,
fact,
let me jump in here, Ed.
No, good.
Now's your time. You make a separate one for you so that you can
yeah,
make one
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
friend. No. You give it to her and go, you eat what I give you, and you're not leaving the table until it's gone.
And if you don't like it, you don't eat.
Dude, wasn't it the worst growing up? God damn, that was the worst growing up.
And you don't
Yes.
eat. They send you to bed the next morning. You get up for breakfast, and
It's
that bowl
still
sitting in
there.
front of
Yeah.
you. You're like, shit.
Right. Well, she would make this sauce, and I like it where I doctor the hell out of it. I throw my own shit in there.
Yeah.
Maybe like you said, a tomato paste to make it thicker. You know, even throw in flour, whatever. Anyway, to make it thicker sauce. Well, my mom would do this one, and we would have that cardboard tube. So my brothers would they would do
Thick it up with the cheese. Use like a half a gallon of Kraft cheese.
Turns it into red
Which I'll still eat
Alfredo.
the shit out of. I don't care what's in it. You know what I mean?
What did they turn it into?
So it turned into red Alfredo.
Yeah. Red Fredo.
Just can't taste the tomatoes anymore.
Yeah, dude, I've done that.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
and then
But we use we don't use Parmesan on our spaghetti. We use ricotta salata. It's like a hand-packed salted ricotta that you grate. It's amazing.
Oh, you do your own. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
cut
yeah.
your own.
So it's more solid, not the mushy.
Yeah, it's a soft cheese. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's delicious over pasta.
Does it come in a bag and you squeeze?
No. It comes in a block or a wheel. You can get it at like Heinen's or West Side Market or Gallucci's.
And you shave it off. You shave off.
Yeah.
your
They
own.
come in sticks. You peel it.
yeah. You can also make it into strings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would do, and it always smelled like feet at the table because of
That's because you guys smelled like feet.
There was 50 of you. What'd you expect?
and it was like my
Whenever you talk about the old,
yes.
I picture. Remember in the opening scenes of Willy Wonka where Grandpa's laying in the bed and
yeah.
there's like 50 people milling around? That's what I picture in your
was.
house. Everybody just laying in the
Dude,
bed.
it was insane. We were all dressed like the Partridge Family because we all had hand-me-downs from Goodwill. And
Everybody had hand-me-downs back in the day.
right, but mine were female ones. I was wearing dresses.
Well, that was by choice.
3 kids per twin bed.
And you're not off the mark.
2 of them in the bathtub. Get out of the tub.
there was
I
no
gotta
water.
take a shower.
It's not a joke.
That's what I'm saying. Sleeping in the tub. Get out of the tub. I got to shower for work.
What made it worse
I'll just move over, Mom.
is because we only had so many bedrooms, and well, I had sisters. I had 5 sisters. So
I know which room you were in.
Yeah, right, so they would stack it up, dude.
Yeah, the shed.
Right, it was terrible. So my dad would bungee us to the walls. And he could.
Too bad hook and loop wasn't invented.
So what happened was this: we would always use this terrible Parmesan cheese. Just recently, I've gone to Myers.
And gotten already grated?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I know this sounds insane.
Okay,
but-
go ahead. I'm listening.
But being here I am going to be 56 in a month. I'll be 56, and then to realize there's actually a different flavor to Parmesan cheese.
Try ricotta salata.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's only because of the fact that I've grown up having that.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'll still eat some Kraft. If that's what I got.
Would you really,
Dude,
stop it?
You know
Would
what one of my favorite things is? Frozen raviolis.
Oh yeah.
I love those frozen raviolis that you boil. One's got cheese in it and one's got meat.
Yeah.
I mix the bags. Then I, make sauce, and then I'll put Parmesan over that.
See,
Love it.
that's a weird thing. They always have a slimy feel to me. Now, when you cook it, do you throw?
I use name brand ones.
I might get mine from the Second Harvest Food Bank and Goodwill.
Goodwill. They're not in the freezer section anymore. That's probably why they're slimy.
Sitting out on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah. Somebody wanted it, and then they didn't want it, so they just threw it on a shelf.
It's with a pair of bowling shoes. There's
Right. Just some random. It's not even
Random. And it's open. It's like actually clipped shut.
Yeah.
Where they took like 10 raviolis out.
Just enough for dinner.
It's got the
Chip clip from a different aisle.
It's got the chip clip that cost a dime.
Still got a sticker on it.
It is that, and my dad. My dad. He didn't. My dad. Being. He was a first generation American because his parents came from Hungary, and so he grew up the first generation in America. That they didn't understand cooking the same as maybe you and I would understand cooking. They cooked
What they had.
It was very depression food.
You know what though? When you
But
first move into your first apartment, you learn to put shit together.
You think
yeah.
so?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah! I made some concoctions that shouldn't have gone together that were amazing.
Yeah.
Really, like ramen noodles and like
Whatever,
SpaghettiOs or something.
Whatever. When you're starving, you're like, all right, I got this, and this. That's it. I know what I'm having.
Right. I can understand that. I did the same thing when it came to.
Well, you never really moved out.
Yeah. I was like, so which apartment was that?
The one behind those doors by the sump pump / toilet.
Oh.
I did I was gone 20 years. So anyways, I took peanut butter and jelly and cornflakes.
I would be good.
It was the crunch.
Yeah.
There's no real flavor, but it was a
potato
crunch.
chips on sandwiches.
Yeah.
Do you? Not,
Yeah,
you
for
just
the crunch.
Lay's potato chips. Just a crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. A weird. And you can't use crunchy peanut butter. Use regular.
Nobody buys crunchy peanut butter.
I do. Bite your tongue.
What?
Right,
That's
it.
why I don't like you, Jeffrey.
Love it.
Sorry, I don't know where that hate came from.
That was my father's talking.
It was the peanut butter that got me.
No, but what happened was my dad when my dad was a terrible cook, and he was, God bless him and rest in peace. My father, what he would do is he would empty out a fridge. You know what I mean? Like if you ever done a like say scrambled eggs, you just empty out everything, vegetables like green peppers, onions.
Well, that's an actual thing. Green peppers, onions, and red peppers. Sometimes jalapenos and scrambled eggs. Oh, with sausages.
Right.
Yeah.
In other
That's
words,
an actual thing.
right. Yeah. I mean, but if you say, hey, I've got half a green pepper in the fridge.
Well, yeah, that's when
and
you
just
that's what I'm saying. When you move into your first apartment
Right.
and you have like 3 things in your house, you're going to find a way to mix them together and make them work.
Yep.
Right. My dad would do that with certain, but a lot of his foods, this is not a joke. And I don't know if this was during his sick years. I can't, it's all melded together for me.
Yeah.
That from when I came here when he was sick. But he would, not a joke, dude. My dad loved crab cakes. All right. Look, what does that look?
I do not like
Really?
crab cakes.
I do.
You got
I
Do ya?
love crab cakes.
Not a fan.
No, wait. There's two types.
Maryland kind.
Yeah.
The ones, is that the pre-made ones that you
Yeah.
can buy?
Well, you can get some from you can get Maryland.
I've
crab
only
cakes,
had them
but
in
they're
restaurants. I've never had it.
yeah,
like-
restaurants are.
I think I even have some right in there. They're coming in a
Oh, of
4-pack.
course you do.
Yeah. There's certain ones you can get. I need to look it up. There's ones that are from Maryland area that they prepackage
There's
and
little-
ship.
yeah, the little
I don't remember what
little
they're called,
4-pack.
but those are good. Those
Are
are
they?
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get them at Plansky's, the little 4-pack, and then my dad would buy the cans of fish meat, crab, and he would just make his
Like
own.
the artificial meat or the actual meat?
I don't know if it was artificial or not. The look on his face. I don't know if it's artificial.
And he would make his own.
Yes, that he would just. Why is that look on your face? Yes, he would make his own crab cakes, but he would say he had some leftover, he would do this concoction where he would take, oh, there's 2 leftover crab cakes. Oh, and there's a piece of sausage.
Right.
And he'd throw an egg in there. Oh, there's leftover, and he'd make this goulash or whatever. And so he was a terrible cook. Well, he didn't understand. When I eat chili, I don't like watery chili. And my mom would use that same spaghetti sauce to make chili. Yes, I know. Right. That's the look. Yes. She would use spaghetti sauce to make chili. But not like a chili sauce because she didn't like hot stuff.
Well, you can make chili and not have it hot.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think she's aware of that.
I mean, just regular chili powder when you're making the whatever is not hot. When you add the cayenne, that's when it makes it hot. Or when you add jalapenos or habaneros.
Well, there's also other stuff you add.
you know what else is I found you can make chili hot with is just black pepper, because you put enough in that. Oh,
Really?
yeah, I've made some that I put a lot of black pepper in, and it came out. And the people that I served it to are like, "Ooh, this is spicy. What you put in here?" I'm like, just pepper.
Yeah, but a whole
Let me
container.
ask you guys, are you guys sour cream in your chili? I am.
Just
A little bit on top.
dollop.
I do crackers, sour cream, and cheese.
Yes. Cheese,
Yes.
definitely cheese. I like
Yeah.
cheese. And I like making mine thick where I crumble a lot of crackers on it to make it thicker.
Yeah.
Only,
Yeah.
I think because of the fact that my mom was using.
Plus something about the sweetness of the crackers with the sour cream. It just,
Do you have a lot in there where it changes the color?
dude, if you saw how much sour cream and crackers I put in my chili, you should see how many crackers I put in my soup. I make it like a muck. I have a really good recipe, and we're way off topic. We didn't even get to a topic.
Do you
Never
use
do.
oyster crackers or the
No, I
saltines?
use the Townhouse.
The
Townhouse.
You're
Not even
kidding.
saltines. You go straight for the butter crackers.
I go right for the butter crackers.
He's using peanut butter
This
crackers.
is me with saltines.
He's throwing the peanut butter crackers, the orange ones.
Yeah, the orange ones.
I use.
Can you get those without the peanut butter? Because I would give it a whirl.
No, but I use goldfish in my chili because it's chili or because it's
That's almost
crackers
like using
and cheese. It's both.
Maybe you could use Cheez-Its.
You use
Yeah. Oh, I've got Cheez-Its. I'm going to try that Sunday.
goldfish?
I'm making
chili on Sunday?
for football.
Damn, you're kidding
I'm going to
me,
try
dude.
Cheez-Its.
It might be
Oh,
good.
I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
2
That
boxes.
sounds
We're good to go.
sick.
We also make ours with we do the noodles like elbows or rigatoni or
Oh,
something.
so it's
That's
almost like a chili mac.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now that I
almost,
get.
It's
because-
not like Skyline,
Right.
though, where you got the
Which-
pasta noodle,
No,
spaghetti.
but because like you said, we were poor, so you had to fill it with something because you couldn't
Yes.
afford to make enough chili to
Right.
serve everyone.
I love chili
Right.
mac, though.
Yeah, I do too.
Chili mac is, but here's the thing. There's, have you ever run out of, say you only had this much of a certain pasta and this much, and you just kind
them.
of,
Oh, you just mix all the
Ravioli.
noodles? They're all the same thing.
Yep.
no,
They're all the same.
it's not. It, for some reason, changes either the flavor, maybe it's a mental,
It must be a mental thing to
changes
you.
the flavor or the way you have to eat. Like, my mom loved sewer pipes. She called them sewer pipes. It's,
What, where she like broke out of prison crawling through the sewer pipe? Oh, wait, that was a different
There's
movie.
ziti, but there's no ridges.
you know what I mean? It's about this.
They're at
long.
number
I
65.
don't
Is it like a rigatoni?
It's a rigatoni, but she called them sewer pipes because it was like a thick, like, what do you do stuffed shells with? That's a manicotti or something.
Manicotti is a roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're talking about stuffed shells. That's just
Shells are
that
shells.
noodle, yeah.
See, I was never a fan of that either growing up. There was a lot of dishes.
You know, that's why we don't get along or we ever go out to eat.
it's the
Jeffrey's in, you're out.
It's the cheese. Here's the
Say
thing.
that now after I went to eat alone.
Who are you with? No one.
one.
What? I was alone.
Now, I didn't like. It's the ricotta cheese. I didn't regatta. I didn't like.
Raguta?
I didn't like that weird creamy. And I like a brie, but I don't like that. Just like I don't like fresh mozzarella. It has a weird, funky feel in my mouth. The fresh, you know what I'm talking about, where you get the.
You know what?
He's leaving.
I think this show has run its course.
Here's the thing. What is it like if you get a caprese salad? Have you ever had a caprese
Caprese.
salad? Where it's the tomatoes with the mozzarella, with the olive
You just
oil.
don't like the wet mozzarella balls.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But that's different because mozzarella isn't always wet. That's just a specific type. It's
It's the weird feel of it.
what is it called? The pearls. They're pearls,
Yeah.
and they keep them in water,
So
keep them
they're
fresh, and they're wet. I don't like the wet either, but they're
Okay.
perfect. But that and ricotta in lasagna is perfect because
Yep.
it melts real nice.
But it has a weird. It always makes. I don't like cottage
But once
cheese.
it's melted, it doesn't matter.
Cottage
that's the
cheese,
point.
that's different.
Oh, I love
Cottage
cottage
cheese is-
cheese.
Do you?
Ugh.
Cottage cheese is the same thing.
I
It
can't
has
do
that-
cottage cheese. Everybody's like, put fruit, and I'm like, why?
Why? It's cottage cheese. Eat it. Just
Have
eat
you
it.
ever seen someone? My dad would put pepper on cottage
Oh yeah,
cheese.
absolutely.
That makes it's milk. You're putting pepper on milk.
It's not milk. It's curds. It's just before it all congealed together into cheese.
So I've been watching these.
Go ahead.
I've been watching these videos on the YouTube,
the vending machine. You want?
and I love. They'll have a whole bank of 100 vending machines with all different kinds of foods, everything from frozen salmon to hot pasta dishes to noodles it's crazy because in these other countries everything is super clean. Everybody puts their garbage where their garbage is supposed to go and whatever.
weird.
And yeah, I'm like, I would eat at those every day.
Oh yeah.
Except they have something called hot corn soup, and it comes in a pop can,
You're
and
kidding.
you're drinking basically corn water with corn kernels. That's what it looks like. I've never had it, and I'm like, I don't think I could do that one.
Haven't you ever had corn chowder?
Yeah, this is corn water.
I mean, still, it's. I won't eat corn chowder either, so I probably wouldn't
what?
eat that. But people love it, so
I love
I'm not
corn
gonna.
chowder.
But I mean, anything in these vending machines, it's crazy. Everything from like desserts and everything. Then you go around the corner and there's like used panties. I kid you not. I'm like,
You know
is
where
that,
Ed would be.
is that dessert? What is this? What's going on here?
What flight can I get that doesn't have poop on it that I'll be?
Well, you got to learn how their currency works because they're putting in these funky these coins.
I noticed that too. Yeah, they do. They have like 800.
They look like treasure coins too. They don't look like our coins. I'm like, ooh, I wonder what treasure chest those came
They
out.
have the coins with the square holes in the middle.
There's all different
yeah.
kinds.
Yeah, it's like one-eyed Willie coins. You know.
Well, they're probably tokens, so you can't use other
no,
places.
they put their money in
coins.
and coins come out.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, they're
So-
yen. They're some type of yen. So
I don't
it's
know,
a
but all
currency
I
of
know
yen.
is I'm like, if we had those here, like a whole vending machine restaurant, I would eat at it all the time.
I don't know
but we
about
can't
that.
because people over here break into shit. And
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
they just don't. We can't have anything nice.
And do you know what's horrible? And this is probably a bad observation.
You living in this basement for the last 10 years? Was I way off topic?
I don't think that's what he was going. with.
I apologize.
You could
My
carve a
bad.
turkey with that one, and there's another one in the back. No.
Well, I saw the look on Jeffrey's face, and I'm like, I got this. I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted to talk about too.
No, is here's the thing: is I know that whatever is happening in the U.S., this country's ready to explode.
It is. It's
It-
pretty.
and
It's
I'm-
going to
I'm-
hell in a
I'm
handbasket,
praying
Jeremiah.
every day. I'm praying for whatever's going to destroy it. Just
Big fucking asteroid.
I'll put up the target.
2024.
Yeah, I'll put up the target, and the asteroid can hit us. Is that
You know what? The target will be on blue tarp, so the laser won't get Ed. He'll be like the only living person on this earth.
I'm like the Twilight episode with Burl Ives or whoever it was.
Breaks his glasses, can't read.
Yeah, right. So, here's the
No.
of the only, all this spank material burned up. No, then so what happens is I'm noticing you and I love Dancing Bacon.
I love watching that show.
Dancing, right, a YouTube video.
YouTube, yeah.
That I'm noticing watching that is some of the bad end of whatever's happening in our world is seeping into these amazing countries
Yeah.
where you're seeing these videos of people just being animals and going crazy. And I saw my first major crime on video in Japan. And literally the Japanese people were just standing there as people walk in and were smashing stuff and taking stuff out. They didn't know what to do, so they just kept closing the door because the people would prop the door open and the Japanese people would close the door. So finally the cops showed up there, which they're Johnny on the spot
Yeah.
around the corner from them.
They don't fuck around either.
Right.
Yeah, their police are like, I don't care. Fuck you.
Dude.
We're getting shit done.
Dude, I watch another one called The Japanese Reporter, and that he says you do not get arrested in Japan because one, there's a language barrier. They don't care that you don't know the law. And when you go to jail, they're like, oh, you littered? No problem. 100 years. they don't fuck around. Like you're saying, they actually prosecute you, and hard time is beyond hard time there.
Probably karate fights every day. Get up for your morning karate fights. I don't know karate. Well, you better learn it. Yeah.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Throwing punches that were fast as lightning. It was a little bit frightening.
I know we're at the point. Is there anything else you want to hit before?
No,
we
man,
move
I'm
on?
good. We did the guys.
Yeah, we did the good. We did everything we wanted.
Machines.
Yeah, but go ahead. Wayne talked about this. I'll hit it because I want to ask the question. We're talking foods. Do you again? He talked to you like sardines. Have you ever had sardines?
I cannot get past the smell.
Is it the?
I'm not a huge fish person. Anyhow, I'll do like Lake Erie perch. That's about And on Christmas we do like smelt salmon.
Right. We do the
squid.
7 fishes.
Yeah.
So
but it's down to like 4 now. So, well, as
Damn
people are passing
global
on,
warming is it?
No. As people are passing on, we don't do snail anymore. My grandma used to cook.
Oh,
the
did she?
snail.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of fish. Really?
Did you like escargot then?
No, I do not. That's why we don't cook it anymore.
Your kid.
Because
Okay.
the person that liked it is no longer around.
These things, they would be alive when you're cooking them, and they'd be trying to crawl out of the pan. I kid you not. I'll never forget that. I thought it was funny. Because
Right.
I was like 7,
Right.
and everything was funny to me back then.
This is part of other cultures' food that you got to respect it. That this is just their culture of eating. In dancing bacon, things like that.
Oh, they'll eat like octopuses that are still alive.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Not only that, they'll eat. They call them prawns, or which I know
Super
there's
large.
a difference.
They're like a giant crawfish.
Yeah.
There's differences in we call everything shrimp that looks like that, but it's not.
Right.
There's prawns, there's a crayfish, there's other species, whatever the
Correct.
They're all bottom feeders.
the mantis prawn or whatever, but they eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole Chuck, they eat head, the toenail, all of it all in one. My thoughts are, it's like I don't eat the tamale of a lobster. Like if you get lobster, the inside of the guts where they
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So we do that too, just not a lot of people. If you go to Maryland and get some blue crab.
They eat the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, if you don't eat the roe, some people get offended. Yeah. They're like, you didn't eat that? That's the best part. I'm like, it's the shit and insides. I don't
That's what
want
I was
that.
going to wonder, is that when you cook an animal, like I've seen them cook oysters, what is it called? Oyster Rockefeller, where you cook it in the shell with the cheese and the garlic and everything in there. But aren't you cooking the animal with his guts and everything there?
Well, yeah,
so isn't that all
But
expelling?
he's just a muscle.
Right. Every time you eat a mussel, you're eating all of it. You don't take pieces out because
No,
it's
it's
just
not
a
like
blob.
where they take the shit vein out of a shrimp.
Right.
Well,
Didn't you ever have a...
do?
Well, I'm saying that's,
Some do, but some don't. Like, if you get peel and eat shrimp,
Yeah.
the vein's in it. You're eating that.
Yeah, but don't you try and take that?
No.
What's this?
I do not.
What
Hell,
about
there's times I
scallops?
put the whole thing in my mouth and just eat it. I don't give a shit. Scallops are already prepped and ready.
yeah,
There's
they're
not really
I
any
can't do
vein in
scallops
them.
because of the texture.
Yeah, it's weird.
Really?
I like them, but it's a weird
Is
texture.
it
It's the gritty, mushy.
do you do oysters?
No, I don't.
I
like
love
them.
oysters.
Wayne used to shuck them.
He would shuck them and eat. Have you ever had one? Have you ever eaten an oyster on the half shell? and
I
had
have
one?
eaten oysters, and
Yes.
that's why I know I don't like them.
And it's a texture, or is
Oh
it?
God, it's like eating a giant, like a hard snot.
Oh God! I just ruined it. Yeah, but
I love
You're
them.
welcome. No, some people like them.
Yeah.
It's a texture thing. For
I'll
me.
eat them raw. I'll eat them cooked, fried. I don't care.
He doesn't give a
Really?
shit.
And if you ever had one and you get that weird taste, like it's kind of gritty, that one had to shit. That's what it is. Because
There you go.
you can't clean them out. It's just one that had already processed whatever it got. That's it. I mean, it's
you have ruined.
enjoy.
It's not. It's
Doesn't
not,
stop me. I keep going for the next one. Next one will be
It's
better.
talking like he's going to go out and spend money on oysters. He's like, you ruined it for me. It's like, you're not going out for them anyhow, Ed. Just saying.
No.
Oh God! I know we're over. We're going to be leaving you with the Nefex. It's a song. This is our calling. So check that out again on Insta. Thank you for all things you do. Like, share, subscribe. Tell 2 friends about the show. You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is edmoneylive.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. You always listen to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Chuck.
We'll see ya.
Wait, I'll be Byron. Chuck Dick. Chuck Dick.
There you go.
That gotta be him. And joining us in the studio, I'm sure you'll see him many more times, is Jeffrey Street.
Later, everybody.
Yes, that was him after
Thank
having
you.
the
After the oyster with the shit stain.
Right. So again, check it out. Like, share, subscribe. Please tell two friends that you don't know how much that means to us and how it'll help us out. So audience members,
And if you want to talk about your stuff on the show, give us.
yes, get a hold
And
of
you know,
us.
like I say, our
Or you wanna
opinions
be
are
on
just
it.
our opinions are just our opinions. It doesn't matter.
Or
But we'll try anything.
And if you want to be on the show or mentioned on the show, anything, please get a hold of us. I'd love to have you on or love to talk to you. Always remember, don't be materialistic because it gets you nowhere. And always remember that you are a somebody. And after that, we are out of here.
The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams we must have found, and we know what we represent. So we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end. I hope you're ready for battle. You better get on the saddle. We got some demons to tackle. Yeah. We about to put on a show. These haters don't even know. They're in too deep like a hole, and they about to find out what it means when you enter into my house. How it feels when you always seem to strike out. Cause I don't lose, no I win, I go all out. The air is filled up with suspense. We've got our dreams we must have found, and we know what we represent. So we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end. They can feel the storm, it's coming. They can hear the drum beat thumping. Off in the distance, we're the resistance. They gon' be the one who's running. They can feel the storm, it's coming. They can hear the drum beat thumping. Off in the distance, we're the resistance. They gon' be the one who's running. They can feel the storm, it's coming. They can hear the drum beat thumping. Off in the distance, we're the resistance. They gon' be the one who's running. They can feel the storm, it's coming. They can hear the drum beat thumping. Off in the distance, we're the resistance. They gon' be the one who's running. And we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting till the end, and we'll keep fighting till we win. This is our calling, this is our calling. Yeah, we'll keep fighting.
You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and/or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.